All right, so this is a little different from some of our normal videos where we're reviewing a whole system. Today, we're just going to be looking at the case itself. All right, so let's jump right into it. This is the Corsair iCue 5000T. Now, some of you may have already seen some reviews on this case. It's been out for a little while, but as you can see, it is this ginormous, technically mid-tower, but I would almost consider it a full tower with how huge it is. The biggest thing you might notice is all of the RGB. It's lit up like a Christmas tree. It's everywhere. There's, I think, 208 addressable RGBs across the entire thing. You can also see on the front there, it comes with a triple pack of LL120s. Super solid fans, super great. Everybody loves them. They're not quite as good as the QL120s, and for 400 bucks, it would have been kind of nice to have a 3-pack of those stuck in there, but you know, the LOs are nice to have as well. As for fan slots on this, it's got quite a few actually. For such a large case, it's great to see. So you can see obviously here we have the 120mm fan slot in the back, a triple 120 in the top, so you can fit a whole 360 rad, as you can see here, with a lot of space in between your motherboards. So for this double stack radiator that we've got stuck in it right now, fits pretty comfortably with a little bit of space to spare. As for the front, also fits a 360mm, so triple 120, as well as triple 140. As on the side of the motherboard tray, you can't quite see it because of the cable cover we have on there right now, but it does also fit a triple 120, so super nice to see that they have a lot of options for where you can put fans and how you can set things up. As for compatibility with motherboards, it does technically list compatibility as an EATX motherboard, but it's a little bit small comparatively to some of your full towers and stuff that may not like the big ATX case or EATX motherboards that some cases are so fond of having in them because they have abundances of space. As for GPUs, I doubt you're going to find a GPU that can't fit in this unless you're stuffing in double fans on a radiator. Then you might run into some problems, but great clearance for all your GPUs you want, as well as power supplies. For power supplies, you can fit any ATX power supply, just about any length, because you can move the hard drive cage, which kind of brings us to the little bit of a problem with this case. You can fit double 3.5-inch drives in the drive cage and then 3 2.5-inch drives on the rear side of the case in the back, which is great. But if you want to fit one of those bigger 1300 or 1600 watt power supplies with such a big, beefy, capable case for lots of GPUs and lots of CPUs, you're going to need to remove that drive cage, which kind of sucks because it removes all of your 3.5-inch capability and leaves you with only 2.5-inch. And if you're running a build that big, you might want those hard drive spaces. As you can see tucked across the front of those fans, we do have some mesh on the front. Sadly, the top does not have mesh, but your power supply back here does have a removable mesh panel, which is super nice for cleaning. Now, Corsair did change it up a little bit. That front part is removable, super easy to remove, but doesn't have quite removable mesh, so you just kind of got to wash the entire front panel with your mesh. It kind of sucks for dust, but not too bad. It would have been nice to see some mesh across the top so that you can clean that out for dust, but in this case, doesn't have it. $400 is a lot to not have mesh, Corsair. Front 360 mount allows you to remove that, so that's super nice for putting in radiators or anything else like fans. That way you don't have to worry about trying to do it in the case with everything in there. They have the extended basement tray, kind of a classic to some of the newer Corsair cases like the 4000D and the 5000D. All right, so we've jumped around here to the back side of the PC. As you can see, we have our big side panel that swings all the way around, and it's got some mesh on it. Nice to see, Corsair, great job. Here's our triple 120 mount again that we had in the back, that we talked about in the back. Super great to see. A lot of these cases don't put them on the side. You know, Lee & Lee was a big one that we saw that started with that. And you can see the reverse side of the cable management cover. It is removable in case you don't want to use it, don't care about it, or it's incompatible with putting fans on the side like most of them are. And as for space, it's got a ton of space. You can fit plenty of cables. As you can see in here, we've got a pretty big bundle stuffed in here. We fit an RGB controller for our AIO in the front. You know, the RGB controller that Corsair has that's mounted up here. And plenty of drive mounting space, as well as still has this cutout back here in case you want to put in an air cooler or something. You need to put on a back plate, or you need to do a back plate for your AIO. Super nice to have. A lot of cases have it, so it's not super uncommon, but great to see. So last little thing to talk about on the case is the front I/O. This is pretty solid. It's got 4 USB ports, as well as a USB Type-C port, so that's nice to see. A lot of compatibility right there. You have your front audio, reset, and power switch. It's a little Spartan compared to some of these huge full tower cases that just have everything you could possibly want on the front. But it's nice to see that you can fit a bunch of drives, cables, whatever you decide to plug into the front. Hey, it's a big case. Just like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us what else you want us to see.
If you like the PC in this video, be sure to contact our sales team at sales@avadirect.com, or you can head over to our website by clicking on the link in the description below. You can choose from many pre-built options, gaming or workstation based, or use our configurator to build a PC of your dreams. Be sure to click that thumbs up button and subscribe, and don't forget to follow our social media channels at avadirect.com